kinds of manner of wickedness. But if you want to be righteous now, can't be righteous, up. You can't stand for something. You can't stand for righteousness. That's wicked in this place, man. No, but you can be a freak. You can be a dog. You can be any manner of things in this world, man. You know, you can be nothing. You can be whatever.
Now you're saying that you can have sex with a dog.
Yeah. You know, you have sex with beasts, animals. You can have no gender. You know, you can have well, that's coming. But you can have, you know, fucking children as fucking sex slaves and shit. You know, that goes on behind the scenes, but that's coming out here in the open soon, man. That's where all this gay shit and this transgender shit's going towards, man. Okay, you should go research NAMBLA.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That's right, man. Here we living up in a topsy-turvy world, man.
Yep.
And these people just can't see it. They can't see it. They genuinely believe what they're doing is good.
Yep.
All this progress is good. Okay, but all this is excessive and it's wicked. Okay, we stand for things that are right, but we're deemed wicked in this world and evil in this world. People are afraid to have us as rulers, but they've got a devil ruling over them that is unrelenting in his wickedness and what he's prepared to do. Okay, but they've been given the smoke and mirrors, man. Like we said earlier, that veil has been cast over the earth, gross darkness over the people. They don't see. Okay, that's why when we read earlier about when the wicked ruleth, the people mourn, but when the righteous ruleth, people rejoice. I mean, they ain't going to tell us that now. They don't want us to rulership. But once we in rulership, they're going to see.
Oh yeah.
They're going to see how righteous the rulership, according to the law, to the scriptures, is. Okay, they're going to find that life is actually better if you do the right things according to the Heavenly Father.
That's it. In harmony, man.
You know, in all nations, in you all nations shall be blessed.
Right.
You know, and that's first and foremost going to the tribes of Israel. But these are the people who benefit from the righteous rulership, man. And people on earth are gonna be more blessed than how they are today. At least they can drink water without getting fucking poisoned and shit. They'll breathe the air without getting poisoned, and their body, the insides are fucking, you know, eroding and shit.
Scripture says, surely the nation's going to be like, surely our father lied to us, man. You know, that they believe the lie.
Yeah,
they're thinking this way of life is so-called living. This ain't living, this is just existing, man.
Yeah.
This is hell, man. You know?
Yeah, trapped in these chains of darkness.
Yeah, trapped in these, man.
You know? We're trapped in this place as well.
Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power have commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Yeah. This is what sets us apart.
Right.
This knowledge, wisdom, understanding is what sets us apart from all these other nations. This righteous law that the Most High gave us, these righteous commandments the Most High gave us, man. That's what sets us apart. That's what makes us better than these other nations, man. That is why the Most High chose us to bestow them on us, man. Okay, for us to be better, to be above, just like the scriptures say. Okay, go on up.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so near unto them, so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which is set before you this day?
Right. So like I said, that's what sets us apart, man. That's what puts us in the position of power that we're meant to be in. Because we have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding given to us by the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, you heathens don't have that. You never did have it. That's why you can never really be the true rulers of the earth. You have your time, but nothing good come of it, really. No, it's just prophecy.
That's it.
You know?
Which basically, if I can say this, bro, that's why when you quoted earlier, with the scripture we read earlier, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Because they're going to look at us and be like, what nation is so wise? Such a wise and understanding people. Like, just like in the time of King Solomon. You know, you had the Queen of Sheba. She said that the wisdom that she'd heard of didn't even compare to what she actually experienced in person. Because, hey, and we had 40 years of peace. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be madness. That's going to be going throughout the whole earth, man. Righteousness is going to flow, man.
And that comes directly from our Heavenly Father.
That's
man.
right, man. You know?
You know?
Two precepts. It's Joshua 1 and 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. It says, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. It says, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. It says, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Because the Most High only decides whether you're successful or not. So if you do the things that are pleasing to him, he gonna do you good. He gonna bless you. You know, it's the same with these heathens. If these heathens do the right thing, the Lord is gonna take care of them.
Right, they shall be rain.
You know, their crops are gonna grow. You know what I mean? They're gonna eat. They're gonna drink. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna be like murder. You know, all this kind of stuff. The Most High keep things in balance, man. If you're doing right, you ain't gonna worry about evil, man.
That's it. That's
Okay?
That's it, man.
I've got another one quick. This is Leviticus 20 and 23. It says, all ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations which I have cast out before you. Talking about them Hamites going them back into the land, or when we was going into the land of Canaan, coming from Egypt. It says, which I have cast out before you, for they committed all these things. What abominations, man? Like incest, homosexuality. It says odious works in the book of the Apocrypha, man. Odious works, wicked, total outright wickedness, man. No measurement of balance or nothing, man. Just drinking cows, like eating cows, whatever, man. Putting their heads up cows' asses, all that. Drinking their, drinking their urine, you know, circumcising their women, all that kind of, bro. That's just,
so much so the Lord didn't even want us to deal with their women.
Nah, man, just to get rid of all of them, man.
But then you got Esau, he goes against that. And, you know, it shows you that he's a damn devil, man. He just can't do right.
He felt fucked in the spirit, man. He had, you know, he thought he had to do something. He had to do something, man. You're in a bit of the darkest of the darkest,
the dark of the dark. Give me that melanin. I need it. Sweating bitterly with tears.
That curse is going to be on you from generation to generation, man. There's no way for you to get rid of that curse, man. That curse of leprosy.
You marked.
You're marked for life.
You're back in Revelation.
Yeah. Getting back on topic with the salvation for the elect, man. You know, and the small sanctuary the Lord's looking for, man. We're not looking to recruit every person on the damn earth, man. What for? The Lord don't need them all. The Lord don't even need us. The Lord said he can raise up stones.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
The Lord never dealt with a large amount of people to do his will. You know? Man, I think we send a single prophet out there to come against the whole nation. You know, to tell him of the judgment. You know, man had to go without fear to do that. You know?
But Jeremiah was cursing out kings.
You know, so you know, just like you can read up any of the stories that are in the so-called Old Testament. You know, you see the Lord deal with a small group of people just to show and magnify His glory and His power. You know, the Lord don't need everybody to believe in Him. This ain't fucking Father Christmas. You know? People, you know, I heard that story one time, Father Christmas don't exist no more because, you know, people don't believe in it no more, so it's bullshit. You know, that's some bullshit. But I digress. You know, I digress. You know, but the Most High don't need a large amount of people to represent Him.
That's it.
You know, Most High is magnifying His power. You know, not ours.
That's it.
It's not of our own. Okay, it don't matter how many of us there are. The fact that so few men or people are going to do a thing according to the Heavenly Father just shows you how powerful He is. You know? And that's what we're going to witness on the earth.
Yeah, but the scripture says every tongue shall confess and every knee shall bow.
That's right.
So, you know, the Lord He actually don't need He doesn't need anyone to, you know, man, He's going to show Himself. And the heathen nations, they're going to say, surely thou art power that hideth thyself.
I mean,
you know.
You might even argue, the men that He picked, it's still overkill. You might even say that. Because the Lord's got the angels, you know, all the elect, the chosen men, they're going to be elevated. You know, not one man is going to take down.
Exactly.
Well, not one of them could be taken down by any amount of men. You know, so you might think it's a bit overkill when you really think about it. But to the world, it's only a few people. Like, out of a world of billions, well, you're going to read, He only wants a certain amount.
That's it.
Romans 9 and 21. It says, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? It says, what if the Most High, willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Talking about you Edomites, man, you so-called white people. You're the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, man. It says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he hath before prepared unto glory. Talking about the elect. It says, even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. Showing you that the elect are scattered throughout the four winds, and they're Israelite foreigners right now, so-called Gentiles, but they're going to come back into the fold, the wild olive tree, and you know, and the house of Israel, the house of Judah, they're going to come back together as one. The house of David, man.
You're not just an American, man.
Not just an American, man.
You know,
like
that's not the four corners.
That's what the four corners. Like Apostle Tahar said, mainly the elect's going to be delivered from America, but you're going to have the elect scattered around the four winds that are going to be delivered, man. You know, wherever that.
Does that mean that, you know, there's the other camps that teach against, you know, the Israelite foreigners. You know, they don't want to accept them. But it ain't about what they want to accept, man. The scripture says what it says. Okay, and it's evident that that's what we're seeing is the fulfillment of those scriptures, man. You can stay yourself in wherever you're at, believing what you want to believe in. You don't know that out of a world of that, man. You're not here. Okay, you're not where the spirit's at, man. You know?
Isaiah 10 and 22. So for thou, thy people Israel, it said, though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. It says, the consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness.
That's right. That's right.
So a remnant, an elect, you know, an elect's going to return. A remnant, a small amount, like the brother's going into a little sanctuary, man. You know.
The Lord's always dealt that way.
Can't. Back in Revelation 7 and 4, and it says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
You know, that's a special number, man. That's why you hear it say it so much, man. 144,000, man. You know? And it's broken down into other spiritual numbers, man. You know, 12,000 from each tribe. You know what the brother's going to get into.
And it says, of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. Khan.
That's why it says that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, man. Because you got them Jewish rats, gutter rats over there in the land of Israel, you know, claiming to be the Jews. But where's the other 12 tribes at, man? Where's the other 11 tribes at, man? I had a woman just come up now saying, oh, I know Judah. Yeah, but there's 11 other sons, man. There's 11 other patriarchs to this whole family line, man. You know, 11 other heirs. Where are they at, man? So those Jewish gutter rats over there, they ain't the real inheritance of that land, man. They ain't the true Jews, man. You know, they're claiming a fraud, man. Because they can't answer these questions, where the other tribes at, where's King David, you know, when did the Lord take us back into the Holy Land like he said he was going to, man?
Well, it's like, I think I mentioned on another video I did before, is that they don't have any proof that they're the sons of Jacob either. They talk about, oh, you ain't got documents, you can't prove this, neither they. They can only go back to a Khazarian convert, like your brother was saying, man. That doesn't prove shit. You're converts, man. You ain't real Judah. Yeah. You ain't no real Levites or no real Ben. You ain't none of them. You're just fakes. Claiming land to say, you know, hey, taking what you don't belong to you again. You know, that's an Esau. that's an Esau scripture, man. You know, which just proves that you're Edomites. You know, but as you're reading this, man, we see the Lord is very particular, man. I mean, 144,000 might seem like a random number to most people. Like, it's, you know, weird. You know, there's 12,000 from each tribe. Very particular amount. Not 2,000, not 12,002, not 13, not 14,000, not 900. 12,000 out of every tribe. Okay, the Lord is very particular. Okay, very particular. Okay, and you notice when we read through that, Dan's not mentioned there. For you, you know, you Danite supporters out there, man. You know, Dan's not on that list. That's why he doesn't make it. He's not on the 12 tribe sign, man, because he is not listed in the sealed, man. Okay, now I ain't gonna go into the understanding of Dan right now. That's irrelevant. Okay, but he's not there, so don't worry about that. Okay, worry about what the scriptures say.
That's it.
Okay, go on now.
Verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed.
So what's that saying? I said we got brothers in Britain, we got brothers up there in America, we got brothers in Amsterdam, camping in Australia as well now.
I believe so. There is.
Yeah,
There is. The country
you know,
Germany.
Jamaica, you know, Canada, we're everywhere. Is the point, you know? And we've all got our own tongues. We're not, you know, Hebrew's not our first language. We've all got these other tongues. You know, some man speaks Spanish. You got, you know, the Hispanic Jake that speaks Spanish. You know, you got Jake that speaks French.
You got Jake to speak Chinese.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what he's speaking about. He's speaking about out of those nations, out of the tribes of Israel, that come from all these different nations that are scattered across the four corners, like we were just explaining. That had their own tongues and this and that.
Right.
Okay, that's what he's explaining. Okay.
This is Mark 13:27. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven.
Yeah, you can break that down.
So you got Jakes up in Russia that come from the Tsar Nicholas II and all that.
Oh yeah, second
Before you
chapter.
got killed by Lenin and all them people there, you know. You got Jakes all out throughout Europe, man. You got Jakes all the way in fucking the Alps and shit, man. You got Jakes up in Canada. You got Jakes up in the Arctic and all that. No, you got Jakes everywhere, man. Just put it that way, man. The Lord said we're the sand of the sea. That means we're the biggest nation. Why? Because we're mixed amongst all the nations, man. So we're a great, that big, great multitude that's talking about in the book of Revelation, talking about all the Jakes that look like the other nations, man. They might look like so-called gooks, man, but they're Jakes. Bruce Lee, prime example. And we use those celebrities to edify the flock. That you're going to have Jakes looking like the other nations, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Robert
that don't
De
mean
Niro,
they're
all these
saved.
things. They don't mean they're saved.
No, I mean,
this is
it don't
prime
matter.
examples of our people scattered amongst the nations.
It's for your understanding.
Yeah, it's for the understanding,
You know what I
edification,
mean?
man.
Like, because without these examples, it'll be a bit difficult to explain or to show you that these people exist. But the fact that we're showing that they do actually exist, man, like it doesn't mean that they're saying it's just an example, man. You know, people get upset about some names that we call, you know, to say that they're Jakes and that. But all that's really irrelevant. We're just making the point that among these nations, you're gonna find Jake. They're gonna sprout out, man, and you're gonna see the spirit is different from the average of the nation that they're amongst. You're gonna see the difference. Okay? Jake has always been different. You get Jake that suppress themselves to act like others, a wild Trimmer style way. You get Jake that do that, but in certain instances you'll see it. You see that he's got something extra in him that he ain't trying to show.
Jake is good at doing that as well, man.
Yeah.
They're good at acting like the other
Like
nations.
comedians out here.
Yeah. Comedians, man. They're actually good at doing that, man. Suppressing their own spirit so they can blend in.
Hey, especially when they get up into that Islam shit. They be walking like fucking, you know, speaking better Arab than them.
Yeah, man, they were born that way.
Yes, brother. Hey, I got a reason.
Jake, go in. Yeah, go on.
It's Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Okay, so this is a similar instance we speak about. Okay, because this happened back then as well. And there's an account of it back then as well. Okay? Go on.
Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
So
And
like I said, you might, from wherever part of the globe, French might be your first language.
Yeah.
So you roll up thinking, wait, I understand this dude, like, but how? You know? I speak French, like, I don't even speak his language.
That's it. And it says, And they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own language wherein we were born?
They can understand it through the Spirit. They understood, they heard it. You know, but that wasn't their native tongue. Just like wherever Jake is now, hey, English might not be your language, Hebrew is not your language. You know, Chinese might be your language. So now there's a barrier between me and you because I can't speak to you for you to understand that. But through the Spirit, the Most High had this happen, and that they understood. You know, or not?
It says the Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians.
Yeah, the Elamites, that's the so-called Persians today, the Indians. So you got Jakes up in India, man, like the Daleks in the cities, you know. They're always outcasts. Notice that anytime Jakes mixed amongst the other nations, they're always outcasts of that nation, man, like the cities and the Daleks. They're the outcasts of the Persians and the Indians over there, you know, Elam. Because they know that they're not of the same stock. And they know that most of them slaves over there, and most of them derived from slave captivity, man.
It's like we mentioned, it's spiritual, man. They can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference, man, straight away. We're just not like other people. We're not like them. They know that for sure. They might not know who we are, but they know we're not them. Yeah. So they separate us, man. Okay, and they oppress us. Yeah. In most of the cases, they oppress us. We're oppressed everywhere we are. You know?
Part of the curses.
That's right.
That shows you who they are as well, because they're under the curses, man.
Yeah.
And it said Egypt as well. That goes back to the Jews that was up in Alexandria, man. Alexandria, Egypt, speaking Greek. That's where you get the so-called Septuagint and all that from.
Yeah.